While there has been many great learnings from this subject, the one that has resonated with me the most was credulous listening. After reading Pedler, Burgoyne, and Bordell and completing the activities regarding credulous listening, it became very clear that I was not engaged in this behaviour. George Kelly, who was an American psychologist, is considered the father of cognitive clinical psychology, published his ideas regarding credulous listening 50 years ago, which involves two main elements. One, believing that what the other person says is true for them, and two, suspending our own ideas and constructs in order to understand the personal constructs of the other person. After completing another self-assessment, this time on handling conflict through Pedler, Burgoyne and Bordell, the results indicated that my preference is to withdraw from conflict, which is in line with my default routine. Upon reflections, it seems I don't respond well to being challenged, especially from those with strong conflicting opinions from mine, as I view the conflict directed at me personally. The challenge for me was to learn how to divorce myself from conflict to understand that any encounter was not directed at me personally, but the situation itself. Generally, most people listen just long enough to form an opinion and then want to be heard and their view understood. Poor listening leads to assumptions and misunderstandings. These then leads to errors, ineffective decisions, and costly mistakes. My reflection on Diary A and B was directed around being self-aware of my behaviour and cultivating awareness in real time, which Nita Cherry describes as professional alertness and attention means being awake, noticing things in a disciplined way. The disciplined way for me was to be self-aware of my feelings when conflict arises and engage in credulous listening, to accept, as Janet Fitzell says, that there are multiple ways of seeing the same set of circumstances, and that putting our own views to one side for a while, we allow ourselves to fully focus on developing understanding of where the other person is coming from. Although I didn't get the opportunity to practice credulous listening in my Diary B mini experiment, I've been attempting to apply it in my everyday working environment. I've tried to be conscious to understand why people take the position they do. This has in some circumstances been as simple as, why do you think that? And attempting to put myself in their place. I have noticed a behavioural change from others towards me due to changing my own behaviour. This has led to quicker decision making by listening and trying to understand the other person's intentions. In conclusion, fear is the largest obstacle that inhibits listening whenever disagreements exist. Being self-aware of this fear and focusing on what others are saying rather than internally translating to match our own ideas. And when all else fails, do what George Kelly would say. If you want to know something about a person, just ask them, and they might just tell you.